Dame's impact on the Dipset was nothing.
What his impact was in Harlem?
Dame impact in Harlem was nothing.
When I was 15-year-old, and I would guess their perspective, because he was a young man, I was big time to him. Because I was 15-year-old and I was doing things that most 15-year-olds weren't doing.
Remember that time when Dame asked you for the fair one?
Now let's break down what's really going on.
Good morning, Vietnam.
What it do? What it do? It's your boy TW back at it again with another one. Yes, this is Uncensored New York TV. We got some things going on. Don't ever play yourself. Like I always tell you, if there weren't things going on, there wouldn't be news to talk about. Good morning, Vietnam. Let's get to it.
When I was 15-year-old, and I would guess their perspective, because he was a young man, I was big time to him. Because I was 15-year-old and I was doing things that most 15-year-olds weren't doing. And the people that he's rapping about in a lot of his records, like Rich Porter and Lou Sims, these are people I actually used to hustle with. Now, at 15, I'm not going to say I was a legend at hustling. I wasn't. I was 15. But the people that we were looking up to, by the time I got to their age, I had definitely made more money than them, and I was more impactful as it relates to culture, because it wasn't being known for selling drugs. I was never known for selling drugs. But what you won't do, you could ask Lou Sims if he ever sent me to the store, or ask anybody that you know that was in that world that ever sent me to the store. See, I never hustled with Jim, and I don't think he ever bought a car till it was with Rap Money. It was never a street thing. I knew him as Jomo. And it's not a bad thing. It was his name. And he was like an 8-year-old, like a younger kid running around with a clip-on tie. And he lived in 1199 at Dave's house, because I guess whatever it was, he lived. So I never really knew him as, like, growing up. He was always a little kid.
Yeah.
But Fredo, Cameron brought him around, and I was like, why are you with Jomo? And he was like, well, and he admitted this. Well, he has a crib we go to. We just using him, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, all right, it's Jomo. But he's done what he's had to do. But, you know, he wasn't there to say that. But if he can say that, like Dookie, I used to hustle with Dookie. He was my lieutenant.
Not Dookie. I thought he was calling the man Dookie.
Yeah, you were wrong. Pause.
Pause.
Dookie, Duke the God we call him Dookie. Pause.
Okay.
But Duke the God is with the Dipset. I used to hustle with him.
Okay.
You could ask
Now let's unpack that for a minute. He had a whole lot to say. First and foremost, shout out to Dipset, shout out to Dame Dash. If you want to be technical, it makes no sense. Why do I say it makes no sense? No. Why do you think it makes sense? Is the actual question. He said Jim Jones wasn't there when all the stuff transpired, when they were coming up, this, that. He was a little kid. Actually, he was there. He just didn't take part because he was a little kid. First and foremost, he just wasn't a part of the inner workings because, like he said, he was a young boy wearing a clip-on tie. But here's the question. Where is this getting anybody? Where is it? What is anybody learning right now? That back in the days when that man was 15 years old, he was doing all types of heinous crimes? What else did we learn from that clip? But there's a reason why he made that clip. So we're going to let that person speak, and then we're going to go off of that. And we're going to try to tie all this together, because one thing for certain, two things for sure. I guarantee you, at the end of the day, none of this makes absolutely no sense.
Jim, what Dame impact was on the Dipset?
Dame's impact on the Dipset was nothing.
What his impact was in Harlem?
Dame impact in Harlem was nothing. Not to say it like that. Dame came up under hustlers. That impact was it. He was a little dude when it came to hustling in Harlem. He wasn't not no Rich Porter, none of that type of. He wanted to hustle. He wanted to hustle for niggas like Rich Porter and shit like that. from the east side. When the niggas on the east side is different from the niggas from the west side. Now, for the east side, Dame was a big deal to us because we were little and he was coming from the west side, little car, jewelry, and all that. So when you're young, he's looking like Rich Porter, but in reality, you know, he was like this nigga, go to the store, nigga, take a couple grams, get out of here. Not to take nothing away from him. You heard?
But with him bringing
Fucked me up right
dip
there,
in, with him bringing dip in to the
You're
Rockefeller.
talking about two different things. You're talking about the streets and
Yeah,
you're talking about the music and shit like
No,
that.
I was talking about
I'm
the
not
streets.
saying he wasn't a hustler in the streets.
Right.
You heard? But he wasn't the big dog, nigga. He wasn't that nigga. He just had a couple packs like everybody else in Harlem. You heard? His name doesn't ring bells for being the hustlers in Harlem. He made a movie called Paid in Full. He wasn't in the movie.
Right.
His character was nowhere in that movie. So I don't want people to get up here like, yo, he's trying to do no.
Tell your man
nigga.
with a something.
He was just an actor.
Yeah,
in
in
the
a
movie.
code. Yeah, you know,
The movie's about Rich Porter and all those guys. Dame, there's not a character in that movie. He's not a Rich Porter. They didn't change Dame name to Kane or Kane. They changed.
Is that a fact? What y'all think? Let's break that down now. Now it makes absolute sense why Dame said what he said and how people couldn't contradict themselves in telling narratives and or stories in the same time, but they're not careful with the wording that they use. Now, as we just watched that video, he said that Dame was a nobody. However, he turned back and said, on the east side, Dame was a somebody. Which one is it? It's either he's a somebody or he's a nobody. It can't be both. It can't be, oh, when you go on this side of town, you're a nobody. But when you're on this side of town, you're a somebody. First of all, you're a 15-year-old kid. Them dudes over there are grown men. Just like the people who he was referring to in the Paid in Full movie. They weren't the same age. He's a younger man, and you, sir, were an even younger man. So his narrative actually fits more than the one in which we just seen. You can't have your cake and eat it too, even though a lot of people tried to. I'm wrong? In which part? Put in the comments. Talk to me nicely. Let's believe I talk back. Help me to figure it out so I can help us to figure anything and everything out if I'm wrong. But does it matter? What did you learn? People who were once kumbaya can now just poof, no longer associate, no longer nothing. For what reason? Are we to believe that what Jim said and what Dame said is the actual reason for all the shenanigans that's going on? Because if you think about it, only thing it looks like is a bunch of click farming to me. Both of them make money off of nothing. We're talking about a man when he was 15 years old and what he was doing, and you were 8 years old, and what them other people were probably 19 and 20 years old doing. Hold on, let me fix my glasses, because this is getting interesting. Make it make sense. This is what you're into. This is what tickles your fancy. Men, businessmen who can actually teach you something that'll possibly change your life, talking about things they did that were illegal when they were 15 years old. You learned something, didn't you? Make it make sense to me. But it doesn't stop there. Oh, no. Now we got Zeke in the mix. And other things begin to come out. So now let's go take a look at this right here and see what's going on, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's continue.
Really? Oh, really? Now you putting this on the gram?
Everybody know.
Toughest nigga in Dipset is Freaky Zeke by far. It's not even close.
You're reaching now, coming at me, bitch ass nigga. You need to be reaching for some kerosene. You need to be reaching for some coals. You need to be reaching for 2 rocks and strike them shits together.
I ain't even mad at you, bro. I am mad at the choices you make, though. Because those are all choices of what bitch-ass niggas make, nigga. You can't afford to pay your rent and your heat bill. It's warm over here. It's warm over here. You know what, Jomo? Yeah, you're acting like a Jomo-sexual. Acting like a Jomo-sexual.
Calm down, nigga. Bitch ass.
Still warm, you know what I mean? Niggas talking all that soft shit. Niggas ain't soft over here, nigga. Remember that time when Dame asked you for the fair one? You brought the homies out there, and they told you, nah, you hit them up.
Real fast. Before we get to that clip, is any of this making any sense? A bunch of men, rich men, who have the chance to change lives. Instead, they're on the internet bringing up issues from years and years ago and turning that into fire for fuel. Is it for monetization? Fire for fuel? Is it to make people believe one thing when it's another? I don't know. Neither do you. Only they know what they're doing. But one thing for certain, 2 things for sure. We know we ain't learning nothing other than the crimes they committed when they were 15 years old and 8 years old. Am I? Me. Let me know. Put in the comments. Talk to me nicely. Let's believe I talk back. Did it make you smarter? Is it making you smarter? Is it helping your family? Or is it feeding theirs? With the clip form and the rhetoric that they know is going to come out behind it. Who wins? Who's losing? That's the question. But let's get to what? The call out, of course. Let's continue.
You know, you never did nothing, nigga. You ain't no gang. They do. That's right. You're entertainer. They the gang bangers, nigga. Rapper. No, you soft, gang. You soft, nigga. You soft, nigga. You soft, nigga. This ain't 1989. You get the film. You ain't never fuck me up.
Well, I guess we're learning one thing. He did not. Tis. That's nasty work. But let's continue.
No, they're not. They
telling you to go swing on your old These niggas don't care about you at all, gang. They care about the way you act. Trust me, they don't care about you, nigga. They care about what I do, nigga. Remember that, nigga. We're not doing that. Let's not do it. We're doing it. Let's get it over.
Now, I ain't playing no more of that. If you want to go see it, you go look it up and you can go find it for yourself. It's on the net. I'm just playing it for one purpose and one purpose only. What does that do for you now? How does that help? Where's the narrative at? In anything substantial that's going to bring some types of substance to your house? Are you a content creator? Or you're a working 9-to-5 person? What I'm trying to get you to understand, it's time to start using that thing they call a brain for something that's going to put you in a better place. Just that simple. But it's your choice. I'm not here to make your choice. I made mine already. It's up to you to walk the path and decide this or that. Because you can't have both of them. You're clogging your brain with nonsense that ain't feeding you or your family. Here's the good question for you. You really should be asking yourself, when is enough? Enough. Just that simple. Stay there. Keep watching people bring up old things that don't matter, and you stay entertained by it. Or you grow up and you start to take responsibility for your actions and for your life and your household from here on out. Put a chokehold on that mother, put it in a box, lock it, put a string around it, a chain with a lock, and throw that in the water. Either which way, it's time you either do something about it or you just stay stuck. But with that, you already know what it is. It's your boy TW. Yes, we are most definitely uncensored. Don't ever play yourself. It's the New York Uncensored TV.
Gun shot.
Bang, bang, you're dead.
Checkmate, motherfucker. Ah!